Hi,
when he
YouTube.
said chat, I thought he was talking about like voice chat, and I was like, wow, that's gonna get really loud. Like we're not gonna be able to hear anything.
No.
But I realized what he meant
The
is
chat
the
room.
actual chat room.
So for anybody watching on YouTube, I posted in the chat these Zoom room link. For anybody on Facebook, I also posted the Zoom room link. So just click on that. You can join us on Zoom. We will have audience participation at some points. We will randomly pick people to chat with if people want to chat with us.
Yeah, and it'll be mostly about our topic of this evening, which we all know is activity.
But first, before we start, remember, drinking game, my water. So
Where's
do
your
not
water,
forget
then?
that we are doing our water drinking game like we do every week on every Sunday show. So tonight's 2 words are, of course, corn, because that's
corn, because that's a given.
And activity. The other word will be activity. So because that is our word of the week.
But should it just be anything about, like it has to be activity?
Activity is the word.
I was just gonna say anything. Would gym count?
No, activity. That's the word.
Just making sure. So I'm just gonna have to make sure I say activity a lot.
Yeah, right now they should all be like chugging a whole glass of water because I said activity so many times, right?
And you just said it again.
Yeah, it helps us get our water, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, hi everybody on YouTube. Jean-Luc is sewing right now. We have a whole story around this. We have a really we have a lot of updates tonight. We've had a great weekend. It was amazing to just get back to being able to live our life a bit, have some time off, and be able to just do the stuff that we want to do as opposed to need to do, like we've been saying. And it's not like we needed it to, but we felt like we needed to. Like, exactly. I know. Anyways, weigh-in updates. So we weighed in this week. So for me, after 2 weeks, I weighed in and I'm down 0.4. I'm at 174.2, so overall loss of 114.8. So the 2 weeks, I still kept going down, so I'm good. And Jean-Luc, look up at the camera.
Hi, everybody.
That's what I said, you should be sewing.
I am down 2.7. So I'm now back into the 70 decades. I'm at 178.1, which is...
But that's not the best part.
2 pounds away from back to lifetime.
Yes, he's 2 pounds away from being back to lifetime, which means that
he's
almost back there. So
I don't know after last night if that really is still the situation, mind you, but that's okay.
We'll get to that in a bit.
Well, that's okay. That's part of life.
Yeah, so we're doing well. We're still continuing to do the best we can every day, living our 80-20 life, like we've been saying all the time. That's just what we do, 80-20, and it works for us. It works. Thank you everyone for sharing our links, our videos, the event. Actually on Facebook today counted, there was 140 people marked themselves as going or interested. That was the most we've ever had on an event. So thank you so much for sharing that. Like I said earlier in the chat, when you guys share our recipes or videos, anything, just tell someone about us. That's how we've been growing, just word of mouth. We've never paid for advertisement. We've always just tell people about our story, and we love this growing by organic growth we're getting, because we know that people come see us and they want to be part of us and want to join us.
Of course, we don't want people that don't feel obligated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's so much fun to have this family grow, and all of us become a bigger family and sharing the knowledge and the happiness and the positivity.
Yeah. And today we did surpass 7,500 subscribers on YouTube, so we are just past another milestone, which is insane. We remember people have been pointing out some videos we were celebrating 500 back in the day, and it's weird to say 7,500 now. It's insane to actually think that. And so thanks everyone just for being here. So I just wanted to make sure to highlight that in the beginning of the show tonight, to thank everyone for everything you guys have done for us to get us where we're at today.
And another thing I want to say too is thank you for popping into the workshops with us. It's so much fun to walk into a workshop in the morning and already have people that we know there.
Yeah, but today in Texas, they were like, you guys brought your fan club.
Yeah,
there was so many people that showed up just because we were there, and they were like, you guys brought your fan club. It's like, it was fun just to have
it was really cool.
Yeah. Weekly recap. So we actually did some weekday workshop visits this week. We visited Windsor and Tecumseh and Barrie. So that was Monday and Friday. So again, daytime is very hard for us right now. So we're not doing any this week. We're very busy at work. So daytime will not occur this week at all. I can tell you that right now. It's not happening.
No, it's Employee Appreciation Week.
We're very busy at work this week. One thing that did happen this week for Jean-Luc though is he was highlighted at work this week.
Yes, I was highlighted at work this week.
Yes, so as you guys all know, we both work together. We both have full-time jobs. We don't work for WW. This is something we do on our own free time. So this week, Jean-Luc was actually showcased at work. His face was on an email across the company, basically.
And I was on the B-Web as well.
Yeah.
Which was quite interesting. And what was even funnier is people that follow us as WW members
Found
that did
him.
not realize we worked for the same company.
Yeah.
Went,
You work there?
You work here?
Yes. So
one person's like, I dance with you on Saturday nights. How did I not know this?
Yeah.
And so it was kind of funny.
Yeah. So we've been caught at work now. Yeah.
And, yeah.
So I was really proud of him because he's really good at as you guys all know, he's an interpreter, so he's a sign language interpreter, and that's his real job, and he has a passion. He does help. He loves doing it. Like he's an amazing.
Oh my
guy.
God! There's another funny story about a workshop that happened because of that. I have to remember that too.
Okay, so what else happened this week? A body.
I know, that's why. But on Wednesdays, one of our new videos came out, which was our pantry staples, our WW Hacks pantry staples.
So that came out.
You guys got to see that and you liked it.
Hope you guys liked it. Let us know in the chat if you guys enjoyed it or not, because we don't know. We film these and we figure out if you guys like it or not by asking you. So yeah.
And
okay, cool. That's
another
awesome.
thing that I want to say too is, first of all, I know Rosie's put out her
Cupid Shuffle
Challenge Part 1 and 2, which are awesome, Rosie. That's so fantastic. And on Wednesday, A Body with Antonetta came out with their video about and it was amazing. Like,
and
honestly,
we one more on Connect.
And then there's another one on Connect
that we saw. That's
and it's just awesome. And then we just love that people are doing this and people are feeling inspired by doing this. It's just so awesome.
And we just love seeing people just have fun. And if you just stand up and just dance in the video to the song playing behind you, that's all we want. Yeah. Just enjoy yourself. Be fun. Have a good time. Yeah, it just, number 3's coming this week.
Yay! So cool. So thanks again for doing that. Whoever who participated in the Abadi version 2 with Antonetta, it was so awesome to see you guys all do that. Yeah. So cool.
On Friday, we actually went to see our friends.
We
created a social circle. We're up to 4 now.
There's 4 of us.
Yeah, us 2 and 2 other people. We actually went to visit them. We actually got to see people.
Yeah.
For the first time in 13 weeks. So we have not seen any of our friends or family for 13 weeks. Yeah. And it was emotional. And we had an amazing time catching up in person and being able to see each other. We hugged them too. We did. We're using this as our first test. We're gonna be home for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're not gonna be seeing anybody for 2 weeks.
We're not seeing anybody else for another 2 weeks, so we're testing it out. But it was just great to have other people to hug and just have that friendship just rekindle and just see each other. Saturday we went to 4 workshops: Brussels, Carmel, New York, Montreal, and San Antonio, Texas. And Carmel was
that was the funny part. So when we were in the New York workshop, a lady started speaking in the workshop, and Nick heard her say, "Oh, well, I'm an interpreter, and I'm using this new software, and it's really making me anxious, so I'm eating." And he said, "She just said she was an interpreter." And normally, spoken language interpreters don't. It's so weird. I was just by chance. I'm like, if she said she's an interpreter, I'm gonna send her a message. So I said, "Are you a sign language interpreter?" She's like, "I sure am." And lo and behold, her husband, who's deaf, ended up working for a company that I used to work for. And he showed up in the screen, and her and I were having this conversation. Him and I were having this conversation.
Worlds,
and then she was telling me about how she's been, an interpreter for so many years. Then her husband's like, "Oh, I remember you. We worked together doing this." It was so weird. And then the coach was like, "Wow, look at them having this conversation, and no one knows what they're talking about." Yeah. So it's just a really weird coincidence.
And what was fun, guys, too, is because we switched now to going workshops that are expecting us. It made it such a fun morning. We had gaps in between, so we were able to stay behind for some locations. We won't be able to do that all the time because obviously some weekends we'll have more requests. But it was nice this weekend to just have 5 and 4. It was really nice to just take our time and just relax through them. And we actually sat down today instead of standing up for all of them. We said, you know what? We work out all week. Why can't we sit down during workshops now? And we did all 160 of them standing up. So I think we earned our sitting down time now. Saturday, our video came out for Good Thins, our favorite things, Good Thins. And what's funny is that we filmed that video weeks ago. It's been sitting in our recorded inbox. We have so many other videos that are waiting in the wings that we have not released. But that was one of them, and we loved when we saw it. We went, "Oh my god, this is so cheesy." We're like, it's what we filmed. So
is that the one on the couch?
Yes. Just throw me the boxes at my head. At his head. Yeah. And we are doing more favorite things, guys. We just filmed. Actually, that's what we'll talk about. We filmed more this weekend as well. We did some workshop visits. Yesterday, or this morning, I mean.
Yes.
Want to name them out?
Yes, we did Raleigh, Bren, North Carolina, Middleton, New York, Middletown, New York, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Las Vegas, Centennial Hills, Nevada, and then McKinney, Texas.
Yeah.
And they were all fantastic. But as some of you who were mentioning earlier, there was one this afternoon, our last one this afternoon.
Angela was amazing.
Angela, they were all amazing.
They were all amazing.
Every single one.
Shannon, all of them.
Every single one was amazing. But in McKinney, Texas today was very special. Bernice,
Yeah.
what a very, very unique, it
Yeah.
was a fantastic workshop. She
Yeah.
was in light, I don't know, there was something about her. She had this,
That's what I'm saying. They were all like that this weekend.
they were.
And the
Every
reason you
single
remember
workshop
that
we
one
went
is
to.
because
It was the last one.
But they
That's
were all
exactly
like, we
it.
went through so many amazing workshops this weekend. And like I said, it's showing up and having you guys pop up on the screen and seeing, oh my God, Arlene's here. Oh my God, Lynn's here. Or anyone that showed up. We even had some American fans who watch us who showed up. It was someone from Minnesota showed up, and she said she follows us, and we had never seen her on anything before. It was the first time we saw her face to face, and be like, oh my God, you're here. And so we love it when you get Jana today and Patricia. We're both at the Texas, was it the Texas workshop or was it Nevada?
That was Texas. That was in
Texas?
McKinney this afternoon.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been to so many. Was it Dartmouth, Nova Scotia? But yeah, we love it. We love when you guys show up. And
Well,
then,
and even the one workshop today, which we had no clue with Max.
Yes.
She's like, oh, by the way, you guys are presenting today.
Yes.
We are? We had no clue. Okay,
and
we'll present.
We just
Sure.
talked. We just talked. Yeah. And then we filmed videos today, so that's what I wanted to touch on. Because we have time back now, we can film more videos. We actually have a project that we've been planning to do for a long time.
We're trying to evolve our TikTok platform.
Yes. So our TikTok platform, so if those of you that don't know, TikTok is basically Instagram for videos, but for short videos. And for months now, we've had ideas of doing videos for some of the terms we like using, like the 5Ds. So we have ideas of filming funny skits to explain some of our acronyms and we actually made one up this weekend that we actually will be filming soon. So we're gonna take these acronyms and actually make short videos, funny videos, and release them on TikTok and all our social media. So you'll see it on Facebook, you'll see it on Instagram, we'll put them everywhere. But we actually filmed 2 of them today. One of them is fighting our negative words. So you know how we've replaced diet with journey. So we actually did like fighting moves and we're fighting the bad words and you're gonna be, so you guys will see that one coming out. And
It's gonna be total cheese.
Total cheesy.
Total cheese,
and
but it's gonna be fun.
And then we did one for goal for the other word.
Yeah, goal, which is go on and live.
So we did one for that too.
GOAL, go on and live.
And we have such a funny idea for 5Ds. Okay, we can't wait to do that one because we have such a funny with it. Okay, so it's coming. That's the new project that we're working on.
And Nicole just said, thanks for the kind words on Instagram today, Jean-Luc. I did 10-minute dance party because of you. Oh, that's awesome, Nicole. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So glad to help out. And then we created a new acronym.
Yes.
Do you guys want to see what it is? Well, you guys know our favorite word, scale, right? C-A-L-E. S-C-A-L-E. I can't spell tonight.
So scale is search and consult achievements located elsewhere. It's all about non-scale victories. The scale is not all your measurement. So look around and consult your doctor's achievements located elsewhere. Your blood pressure medication. You can run 5K now. You can go for a jog, right, Rosie? You're dancing a body every day like Joe and Casey. You're doing all these things that you weren't doing before. Those are better measurements than that scale because you couldn't do those things before. And that's what that new acronym is for. So we made it up. It's a WW Gaze original. We actually made one up. It took us a while too. It was like exercise, laughing. Nothing worked for a while.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was fun.
You want to let Barbara in from New York?
Yes. So that's basically the updates for the week. So now we'll go into our topic, activity. Remember, activity.
I'm gonna need to get more water.
Yeah, no, me too. So we picked this topic this week because it's actually been on our list for a while. But this was actually a topic we were supposed to do 2 months ago. We delayed it. We kept delaying it because we're like, no, maybe people don't want to hear about activity right now. It's not the right topic. And now that things are starting to get the new normal, I guess I'll say, like it's not exactly back to where things used to be, but things are getting a bit more normal-ish. So
I wouldn't even call it new normal, but it would be just things are starting to reopen.
yeah,
Let's
like
just say that.
For example, for us, work for a while got a little easier because things slowed down at work because people were just preparing for what was happening. But now the new normal, even at work, has begun, and we're super busy now. Like I mean, I'm nonstop at work. That's one of the reasons I had a meltdown last weekend, is because I'm so busy at work, and so. Yes.
Someone asked us to say hi. Hi, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. Dawn Morse asked us to say hi to her grandson, Jackson. So I thought we'd say hi before we missed that message.
And then Kira asked how we can attend. We actually bought a U.S. membership. We are paying a monthly membership in the U.S. to be able to join their workshops because we wanted to do it legitly because, you know.
We didn't know any other way of doing it. So,
I know people figured it out, so. But
we had no clue.
We had no clue. We just went and paid.
But we also thought, you know what, if we do join.
That's why this week I posted that video. You know how we said you guys, we make commercials from our YouTube videos?
It's another thing too. The thing is that way by joining US Connect, we can actually post videos and pictures and things like that. If we were just joining the workshops, that means we would feel like we were crashing workshops that people might not want us to attend. We don't want it to be that way. We rather it to be say, hey, if you guys want us to come join your workshop, let us know and we will join your workshop that way. Yeah. Just made it feel better for us.
Yeah. So activity. So the first thing we want to talk about is why activity is important. Because a lot of people talk to us and say, well, I don't like going to the gym. I don't like doing exercise.
And we used to be hard components of thinking activity needed to equal gym. Yeah. Like that's, especially in the first couple of years that we did WW, we were like, okay, if we do activity, that means we have to be at the gym. You can't do activity anywhere else.
But that mentality kind of evolved throughout the years for us. So yes, you need activity. I'm sorry to say, you have to at some point, you can lose weight on WW without doing any exercise or activity of any kind. You can, it's possible. But what we've noticed for a lot of people who have done it, and I'm not saying this is a general, I'm not saying this is everyone's going to happen, but a lot of people, they get to a point where they stall, and then changing the food habits no longer works to keep going after that specific weight. And so they basically maintain at the same weight for a while, and that's where they stay. And so by having activity, it helps you to continue it helps with your muscles. Muscles burn more calories, and so it's a thing that overall helps you be a bit healthier, right? And so
I'm just making sure people get the
link's in the.
Because someone asked. So
the link is pinned for Facebook.
And I think what ends up happening is activity is such a huge part, and it has nothing only to do with the whole losing weight part of it. It's your mental health. Activity allows you time to think and clear your thoughts.
It's a form of meditation.
It is a form of meditation, especially if you're doing group exercise. Even if you're doing things one-on-one, you're actually having to think of something else other than the things that bug you every day, right?
As most of you know, we do Body Step every morning. Body Step is a choreographed class. You have a step that you have to jump on in a certain way so you don't twist your ankle. So because of that, my brain is concentrating on that step and making those moves. I mean, I'm sure your body's the same thing. When you're doing a body, you're saying left, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not thinking about, I have to do this at work. I have this assignment I have to do. You're not thinking, and that's what exercise does to you. It helps you forget the things that sometimes are bothering you. It helps you move on, or at least forget about them for a while, so that when you're done, you feel refreshing. Like, you know what, I haven't been thinking about it. And sometimes you get solutions from it.
The actual sign is not backwards. It's backwards only for those of you who are not on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's actually forward for Facebook. I had to write it backwards because for some dumb reason, when you put it on Facebook,
I just shared a link on YouTube chat if you want to join the Zoom.
They can't read it. So I know it seems weird, but it's just how Facebook is.
So those in YouTube, I just posted the link in the chat room. If you want to join us on Zoom, just click that link and you'll be brought directly to the Zoom room.
We also want to talk a little bit about how we started activity, because I think it's really important that people realize where we've come from, because we did not just all of a sudden start doing step classes and climbing the CN Tower and doing all of this stuff that we were doing.
Lazy.
It took us a long time to get where we are now.
Yeah.
It took us quite a while, and we're still nowhere near where we possibly could be.
I know one of the comments we hear often from a lot of people is, oh yeah, but look at you guys, you're so athletic, look what you can do.
We weren't before.
We weren't before. We did not start like this. Like you guys have seen our before picture, and if you guys have not seen it, we can share it again, because we don't have any device left. We can't even share it.
Right now.
Like, the guys that started this journey were not athletic. Jean-Luc could barely walk. Like, he had such bad plantar fasciitis that we had to always find a place for him to sit everywhere we went. We couldn't even go on vacations and go on excursions because we knew he couldn't walk through any of those excursions. So we did nothing. And so when people look at us and say, oh, but you're so athletic now, we didn't start there. Yeah, of course we are younger. That's definitely a factor. But I'm just saying that for wherever you're at, you can still start somewhere, and eventually you will get to a level that's higher than where you will start, and you will be at the best you can be at whatever activity level you're at that point.
And I love what Paula just said in the Zoom chat here. It's consistency is key. It doesn't matter about how fast you go or how long you go. It's finding that consistency that works for you. You know what I mean? And adding on to that and growing. I think what happens is we automatically think that we need to do things perfectly or to the fullest from the get-go. Well, no, you can't do anything. You can't accomplish something before you start it first, right? You have to start somewhere as well. Yeah. So we started off basically walking in our house.
Yeah, we've said this story a few times now. We knew that we couldn't do stuff that was too strenuous. So what we did was we started walking at home. We would turn on our TVs in the upstairs and downstairs. Back in the day, we lived in a house. For those who were, who was in the chat room used to follow us when we had to live in a house? Because I don't know how many people used to know. So Mary Ann, okay, so there's Paula, of course, but I didn't know. So we used to live in a two-level house with a basement in Brampton, Ontario. That's where we used to live.
Yeah.
And we used to climb both floors watching our TV shows. We would turn our TV on upstairs and our TV on the main floor, and then we would keep climbing up and down and watching our shows while we would get our steps in, because that was the first step in trying to get our exercise in. We knew we couldn't go to the gym.
Exactly. Well, because we knew by going to the gym, we would probably try to do something that would deter us from wanting to continue.
Yeah.
I did not feel like I should be going to the gym until I felt like I was able to actually, felt comfortable. I did not feel comfortable walking into a gym to begin with. And that's one thing that's a lot of us have that fear as well, is that walking into a gym, we are going to be judged.
Yeah.
Right? That's another thing too, is the fact that we think as other people are going to look at us. Because
but most people in the gym are sitting there going, oh, who's judging me? So we're all going to the gym thinking, who's judging me? And no one's really judging anyone else. We're just thinking everybody's judging us.
Same thing as when we walk into a workshop after we haven't gone to our workshops for how long.
And the other thing too, guys, even if they're judging, who freaking cares?
I drank too much water. I can't hold it.
You should have went before we went live.
I drank my whole life.
He's worse than a child. You know when you tell those kids in school, go now, and then they sit down in class and 10 minutes later, I have to go. He's worse than them. He can't, seriously, I'm like all alone now. So yeah, so for us, activity was just walking at home. Another trick we did was we had all our laundry upstairs. Our laundry was in the basement. We would bring our laundry upstairs. We would fold one piece of clothing, put it away in a cupboard, walk back downstairs through the dining room and kitchen, walk back upstairs, fold another piece of clothes, put it away, walk back downstairs, and we did that for the entire laundry. And yes, it took a long time, but it forced us to walk and to start somewhere. Once that got easy, we went back to the gym, but we did aqua Zumba. Again, easier on our joints, something that was not going to strain us too much, and something that would still make us work a little harder than just walking, because now we were starting to build muscles in our arms and our stomachs instead, adding other muscles to help us out. We did that for about a month. When that got easy and that got a little, we wanted a bit more, we started doing elliptical, treadmill, Stairmaster, body attack, body step, and that's when we started increasing our activity. And then even when we started those, like our coach, our body attack instructor, Alex, actually watches us quite often, and she's commented on our live videos saying she was there when we started. We were not that crazy like what we do now when we started those classes. We were awkward, and we didn't know the moves. We had to learn again and take time to get to where we're at today. And that's why we want to encourage you guys. With any activity, do not come in thinking that, oh my God, I'm terrible. Look at everybody else around me. They were all there at some point too. And most people will be like, wow, you're trying, you're putting in an effort. Here, let me help you.
You would be surprised at how many people, if you actually walked into one of those gyms, although it's going to be very different now because gyms are not going to be like they used to be. Yeah. Especially we know Good Life is going on to appointments. Like you're going to have to book your time in order to go in, because they're going to try to keep the social distancing to a maximum actually, which is not a bad thing, I think. But the thing is you'd be surprised at how many people are willing to help you out if you actually ask them questions. Not everybody at a gym people at gyms are just regular people, right? Like it doesn't matter what size you are. Everyone has their reason to be for being.
And if
there.
they're rude, just move on. Just move on to the next person. There's gonna be one person that there's at least one person that's willing to help you. Because you know what, my experience when I was bigger and going to the gym a lot, most people tried to help me. If I was doing a machine and I was doing it wrong, someone would walk up to me and say, oh, by the way, you should probably do it this way. It'll hurt your back a bit less. And I'd be like, oh, thank you, like, because I don't know these things. I didn't have a trainer, so I was just trying to do the best I could. But then that person's helped me, and now I don't have a sore back anymore. So you have to just, you try to get as much help as you can, and you ask questions. You ask questions. Somebody else said in the chat, one of the other major components, and then we'll actually open up to you guys, is you gotta love the activity you do.
Yes, definitely.
That's one of the key components of this journey and your activity. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. If you are getting up in the morning saying, oh my God, I dread going for this run, then maybe you shouldn't be running. If you're getting up and saying, oh my God, I'm going for my walk, I'm so love my walk every day, then you should be walking. Yep. And that's what we're trying to say. You need to find the activity you're enjoying, the things that you like doing.
And the thing is don't be afraid to see these activities evolve.
Yeah.
Right? We all evolve in our journey with our food experimenting, trying new things, trying new spices. Well, your activity has to be somewhat the same.
Yeah.
Right? Making sure that you're willing and able to say, I'm going to at least try something new to see if I like it. We would never have known that we love to cross-country ski if we wouldn't have gone. Because if you told us to go skiing, we'd be like, oh my God, you could only downhill ski.
I'll go back even more than this. Mark my words, Jean-Luc, when I told you for you to do body attack with me, what were your words?
Oh my God, I'll never be able to do body attack. Those were my words. I will never be able to do body attack. That's not something that I can do.
That were his words.
I can't do that.
And he said those, and now he does a class all the time. He can get through the entire class, no issues. But he didn't start there. He never believed in himself at the beginning, but look what he's achieved.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. And he took him a long time to get there.
Oh, really?
And so that's the thing. You need to take the time to actually do the work to get better and to train yourself and to become better at that activity you're trying to do.
Oh, definitely. And even to this day, like, honestly, if I will tell you this, from 13 weeks ago, since we've been working from home, I've actually been able to do push-ups now, which I never could do push-ups before. I can't do that. I can't do all of them in a track, and I don't mean that badly, because I do have a broken wrist, and I hate using that as an excuse. And I was using it as an excuse for the longest time. It's not, I always call it my gay wrist, because it's not straight.
That's actually a story that's coming out for Memory Mondays this week.
So what ends up happening though is just recently I was watching TikTok and a guy was talking about weight loss himself, and he started doing he was doing push-ups with these things that you can actually hold instead of actually having to use your wrist. So I want to look for those so I can actually start doing push-ups that way. And again, finding things that work for you, finding, other ways of doing activity that maybe you might enjoy, but maybe at a different level. You never limit yourselves, is what I guess I'm trying to say.
And that's the thing, we always tell people, even when we throw challenges out there, like our Cupid Shuffle challenge, we're not expecting everyone to do it perfectly. We're just expecting you to have fun.
You better do it perfectly. And I'm just
have fun. Just be spontaneous. You don't even have to film what we did. Just do anything. Just dance. Just dance.
And even if you don't want to post it anywhere,
post it in our group.
Film it for yourselves.
Yeah, film it for yourself.
Or
send it to us personally.
Yeah.
If you're friends with us on Facebook, send it to us. We won't share it.
We will never share. Never.
Like,
we would never
make
do
us smile. Like, make us smile. Do the Cupid Shuffle and make us smile.
If you don't feel comfortable sharing it everywhere,
just send it to us.
Or send it to your friend and give them a smile.
Give them a smile.
You never know what you can do by doing something. A little act of kindness sometimes,
So we're gonna go to our new segment that we like to do. We're gonna be doing now. So we're actually gonna talk to a few people. We're gonna keep checking the time so we don't overrun. But we're gonna speak to a few people. So if anybody wants to talk about us about activity,
anybody has a question
just raise your hand and we'll pick someone randomly, whoever we see first, and we'll talk about whatever discussion you want to have about activity. And if no one wants to talk, we'll just keep talking ourselves. So either way, you'll still just hear us talk. So Jean-Luc is sewing still here. I don't know why you're still doing this. I need you to talk to people.
I am going to talk to people. Does anybody have any questions?
So far, there's a rain.
Yeah.
Danielle. There we go.
Did the iPad die on us?
Hi guys,
No.
I was wondering, I never really thought about it until just now when you were talking about when you move to a new level of activity, have you guys found that one of you is ready to move to a new level of activity before your partner, and like, it's not strife, but I mean, where you're like, oh, what am I going to do to keep us on the routines that we already are doing, and also help myself more because I know I need more or whatever?
Well, we do that a lot. So thanks for the question, Danielle.
That's actually a really good question as well.
Because for us, we started out together. We did a lot of the activities at the beginning together, but eventually at some point we actually stopped working out together completely.
We couldn't work out at all.
We couldn't work out together because of the way our jobs were. We worked for the same company, but not in the same building. And so we actually never worked together except for one day a week. Same building, one day a week. And so when that happened, we were able to go to the gym together, so we do the same thing, but every other day was always separate. And even on weekends, weekends was the other time we worked out together.
Yeah.
So we never really looked at each other to push ourselves in terms of what we were working out. We each did our own thing separately. Now, whenever we got together, though, usually it was for group exercise, so we would do group exercise together.
And at that point, it was not any different other than him doing the same group exercise at me at his level and me doing my exercise at my level.
But today, today, for example, when I go running, Jean-Luc sometimes will just walk and I'll go jog. So we don't hold each other back on our goals.
Awesome.
But I do encourage him to try stuff.
Like, and there's days when I know, like, I'll be like, you guys all see my knee braces, and there's days where I know, today's not going to be a good running day for Jean-Luc, so I'm not going to try it.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds... And it's because I know it, right? I've been there, done that. I don't want to hurt myself. But then there's like on Friday, we went out and I was like, yep, today's a great day. I knew I could do it. And we did 20 minutes. We did a 20-minute jog and it was great.
Yeah. And so that's why we still try to push each other, because I know one of the things Jean-Luc is really bad at is underestimating himself in terms of physical strength.
I am.
And I think a lot of people are guilty of that. I see people in this chat room right now that we've spoken to on various occasions that didn't think they could do something, and then they've tried it. Like, the body's a perfect example. There's a lot of people that do it regularly now. The first time we told them about it, I can't do that. I can't. And I know some of you are in this room right now who did say that, and you're doing it now. And so that's the thing. Sometimes you just have to get out of your comfort zone and try something. And I try that with him all the time, because I am more adventurous in terms of gym stuff. Mm-hmm. I push myself further all the time because I like pushing myself to be stronger. And Jean-Luc does too, but he's always worried that he might not be strong enough to do certain things. So I always say, no, you can. Like, I encourage him. Like, remember the
definitely
the spell your name challenge?
Yeah, the spell the name challenge. I was like, I'm never gonna be able to do any of those. No, I won't be able to do my entire name because I'm like, my name's 7 letters long.
Yeah.
Although his is 2. You know what I mean? Like, but because I have a hyphen in it, that's my excuse. There's a hyphen in my name, so I can't do it. I'm joking. Yeah. But the thing is we taught each other how to encourage each other the best we can. I tell him all the time, don't wait back because of me, because that's not fair to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although there are days where I'm like today, which was a Sunday, where again, Sundays is our rest day. We don't work out. We actually do not do an actual high intensity workout, but we get activity in. We went for a walk today. So we told ourselves we're not gonna work out, like do a step class, but we're still gonna go walk. And we walked, and I'm gonna say this, I'm pretty proud of myself. For a day of no activity, I got 824 burnt exercise activity calories on my watch, which is insane when you think about it, because back in a day when Jean-Luc and Nick were just people that sat around and did nothing all day, we would have been on this couch all day, and we did not allow that to happen today.
No, we still went and did stuff and went out and filmed. We filmed 5 videos today. Like, we went out and actually walked outside. We filmed a video for a product, like a favorite things, by a river on a creek on a picnic blanket.
Hidden path.
Yeah, on a hidden path, and we made it all pretty. And like, oh look, and then like we're outside. We had fun. I did a cartwheel for a video today. Like we jumped off a bench. Like, we did so many funny things, and it's like we never would have done that before. No. Even as kids, I never did that because I always thought I would break the bench. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? like that's the thing. Like, we just have fun now, and that's what WW and changing our mindset and doing all this has done for us.
It has.
Thank you so much for the question, Danielle. I hope that answered what you were at. I hope that answered your question.
Susan asked me a question here too of what my weight loss was, and it was 2.7 this week.
And then also Juliana asked about 80-20. So if anybody else wants to ask this question in Zoom, just raise your hand. But we will answer Juliana's question. So she was asking what 80-20 is, hon. Explain it.
80-20, that's actually, thank you for giving us a new video idea. We
Right
are
now,
now going to
TikTok.
be creating an 80-20 video.
Yeah.
So 80-20 for us means 80% of our life we follow WW to the best of our abilities. 80% of our life is where we're making sure that we're tracking, we're getting activity in, we're following the 3 pillars, we're talking positively to ourselves because mindset is huge on this journey. 20% of the time we are enjoying life and living life to its fullest, and that means we might overindulge in a few cocktails on a weekend, or even during the week if we're on vacation. Or we might have a pizza and some pasta and a piece of cheesecake last night. Or we might, do things that we normally wouldn't do because it's who we are
part
as
of
people.
life.
We
like,
are human
like
beings.
last night we posted that we ate
Yeah.
pizza, and everybody's saying, like, a lot of people were saying, why didn't you track? And like, sometimes we just don't feel like tracking.
Yeah.
And that's life. Like for us, tracking is the one thing. For people, a lot of people on our journey, the first thing that goes is activity. The first time you have a bad day, you stop going to the gym, and that's your first thing. That's not our first thing.
No.
We love working out. So us, the first thing that goes is tracking. The first habit that always starts to slide for us is tracking. And we've been trying for weeks now to try to get Saturday, Sunday tracking going. Still hasn't happened. It still hasn't happened.
It has not happened.
And we've been saying that's the one
Well, no,
place we
it
struggle.
happened one Saturday where we honestly tracked, so we track absolutely
Where was it
everything.
supposed to send it to Paula?
Yeah, no, it was not Paul. It was the other coach, Megan.
Oh,
It was Megan
yeah.
from, it was
Yeah,
Megan.
someone has said that we should send our trackers next
And we
Saturday,
didn't.
Sunday. We didn't. We're bad.
We're bad. But you know what I'm saying is next weekend, and maybe we should do this. Next weekend, we are tracking.
Okay. Well, I'm
Look at me, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna track next weekend.
And Karen just said in the chat, I usually don't track on vacation. We have never tracked on any vacation. We never do. We live the 80-20 life on vacation, and we've explained this before. We'll go to a buffet. You know on your plan what 0-point foods are, and even if you're not on that plan, you know that if you're on purple, you know that or if you're on green, you know that purple has chicken is 0 on. So if you're at a buffet, you know that chicken is a better option than beef. So maybe stick more to the chicken option. So you have these tricks from.
Well, yeah, you have all these tricks from the actual from WW, right? We already know what our 0-point foods are, so we tend to gravitate towards those ones because we know if we eat those for breakfast and lunch and mostly dinner, then you have more points to enjoy a few cocktails when you're on vacation.
Yeah.
You have more points to feel like you have that. It's so funny. Why is it that we think that if we can't have the chocolate or the pudding or the this or the that, those sweets or the carbs, that we're gonna starve?
Yeah.
And there are so many foods out there.
I know that was something that Joe talked on their top 10 and their top 10 tips. Like he thought that he was gonna starve.
Yeah.
You don't starve. You have always options to eat because there's 0-point food options. It's you get to choose what you want to eat and make better
Exactly.
choices, and that's what this does to you. It sort of points you towards. I
And I
know.
think Jana has a
Yeah,
question.
Jana has a question.
I think Jana has a question or would like to say something.
I hope the iPad's last because I know it's. Hi, Jana.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, good evening. How's it going?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
I'm good. I had somebody in my workshop, not today, but last Sunday. She was suffering from an injury and asked me because she knows that I'm very athletic and do a lot of activity. She wanted to know, like she said, she felt like she wasn't doing enough. And maybe you guys could talk about the importance of the all or nothing, like, you've got to get rid of that mentality.
Yes.
And especially when you're injured and how to, like, be authentic to that injury. Like, you've got to.
You have to take care of yourself.
You have to, because if you don't take care of yourself, you might push yourself to a point. And we're prime examples. Like we've injured ourselves. Like you guys, we've been honest about it. I remember at one point I told everyone I had a sore foot after
Or
doing.
my shoulders were
Yeah.
killing me. So you know what? There's certain times when I'm like, you know what? Like I was saying, even when Nick goes out for a run and I know my knees are hurting me, I'm not gonna go make myself hurt myself more, so I can't do the things that I really enjoy doing, right?
And that happens to me too. Like if my foot's hurting because I get foot pains sometimes, I have to stop for a few days and give my body the rest it needs. And
It's that 80-20 balance,
doesn't
not
mean-
only with food, but with activity.
But little star here, but it doesn't mean that we don't do anything. Like on those days we went for a walk. Like we still do stuff that's still activity, because remember we said at the beginning, this is not about exercise or gym. Remove those words, it's activity. passing the vacuum and cleaning your shower is activity. So if you are sitting at home going, my foot hurts, but you know what, I haven't washed the shower in a few days, go wash your shower. You are moving around. You're going up and down. That's an activity. You're moving. And so you're not just sitting down on the couch, and you're still doing something that's productive and getting your heart pumping a bit more.
And something I just thought of. I say we live an 80-20 life in all of the pillars of WW.
All of them.
And I lied.
Except for
Mental health.
100%.
100%.
No, we don't. Because we still have mental breaks.
We do have mental breaks, but we live closer to a 90% mental
Yes,
health. Because
yes.
you know what? We have to be positive about ourselves and love ourselves 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Even the moments when you don't love yourself, find that one thing you love, because you need to have that. That is what's going to keep you going.
And that's one of the things we kept saying people, even today, about writing down those non-scale victories and remembering the day it happens, and remembering, documenting those days you realize something's happened. Because when you get to the point where the scale isn't responding, you need to use those non-scale victories to really drive how well you're feeling, because the scale will be your enemy more times than your friend. I'm telling you now, if you're thinking, I know I got this under control, the scale's my friend, I'm got this, believe me, we've been through the roller coaster. You get to a point where the scale becomes your enemy again. And if you don't have those other things to turn on to, your brain does start playing tricks on you, going, well, I guess this isn't working anymore. I guess I might as well just stop. Even though you know that you can still do this, the scale is still reflecting, because we won't lie. Like I had those thoughts a few months ago when we had gained all that weight at Christmas time. We were worried. We were like, what if we messed up and we completely undid all the stuff and we can't do it again? Because it goes through our minds. And no matter what, we are human. We will think of the bad outcomes. We'll think of the positive. We'll think, oh yeah, we can do this. But back of our mind will still say, oh, but what if we can't? And that's the thing. Having those non-scale victories of all the things you can do on those moments help you, because we could still do so many things that we can do. Our size 32 pants weren't fitting, but our 34s were. And that's still better than 48s. And so we had to remember that, to say, okay, you know, we can do this again. We need to just try to buckle down and go back to basics and try again. And we did, and look where we're at today, because we did as much as we could every single day. We weren't perfect. We were not 100%. We were 80%. But we still did the best we could every single day.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. It's trying your best. And guess what? I'm going to say this right here and now. 5% is better than 0. So if all you can do today is 5, and that's what you put your whole heart into, that 5, good on you for putting that 5. Good on you for doing that, because you know what? No one else could have done that 5. No one else. You're the only one, and that's fantastic that you were able to put 5 in. And keep putting 5 in every single day till the day that you finally go, guess what? I know I can do 10 today.
Yeah.
Because I believe in myself.
Yeah. So Helen on Facebook asked a question, honey.
Yes.
So she said, I have a question. I'm active during the day, but come 7 o'clock in the evening, I just lay on the couch until bed. How can I change that habit?
Well, we do that too
do that
sometimes,
too.
but we know we're very active during the
Yes.
day. And so changing that habit is as simple as stand up and watch TV standing up. You don't need to watch TV sitting down.
Just stand up and
Or
place.
if you just have cable, only stand up during the commercials.
Yeah.
Why do you need to sit down and watch a commercial? You don't need to
get
watch
up
the
and walk
commercials.
around the kitchen,
Walk around the kitchen, do
walk
something.
outside, come back in, just get up and just dance. That's what we did to start with.
Yeah.
That was a big key for us, was walking in front of our TV when we were watching TV. It was a big step for us to get us to where we're at today. We always stress that with everybody that meets us, because again, and I'll explain this to you in a different way. It's the way people, when you share your transformation picture. So people who have been successful on programs. So I know there's a lot of people in Zoom right now, and I want to see a hold up of hands. When people, you show your picture to someone and they say, oh my God, that's not you. The first thing that goes through your mind is, it is me, I know. But when you see someone else's picture and you
You're
see
like, no way.
you're like, that's not you. But then you remember that you yourself say, people get told this all the time, but even when you see other people, you still can't believe it's actually them. Right? And I see a lot of people
it was today. There was a girl that we met in a
Yeah.
workshop in the States, in
Yeah.
New York, and she sent us a picture.
Las Vegas.
No, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
She sent us a picture in our group. And when she sent the picture, and I saw her in the workshop, but then she sent the picture of her before, and I was like, no way.
Well, it's
like,
like
there's
Carol-
no
it's like
way
Carol-
that
it's
could-
like Carol from the cruise.
Yeah, Carol, who's actually
Yeah.
right here. She's
Yeah.
right there.
Hi,
Right there.
Carol.
Hi, Carol. We still didn't get your card yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
It has not arrived. But it's insane how, again, it's hard to believe what the body can do,
Yeah.
and how the body can transform. This
Yeah.
vessel that we have is an amazing, amazing thing, and we
Yeah.
need to treat it with respect and love.
It's like we always say the car analogy. Your car needs to go for drives.
Yeah, you bring
If
your car
if
to the
leave-
shop.
If you leave your car parking in a parking lot for 6 months without starting it once, what happens? The battery dies. You need to go get it boosted. You need a new battery. It's the same thing with activity in your body. Your body needs to be revved up. You need to move it around as much as you can with your ability. If you you can't walk and you move your arms, do something, dance in your chair. Like it's as easy as just doing something that gets your heart going a little bit more every day.
And Randy asked a question, and thanks, Bev, for answering. So they asked where they could find like our earlier videos. Probably the best place would go to our website, because I think you'll be able to find
That's
them
so
there.
hard there too. So your best bet, guys, if you want to find our first video, our videos on YouTube are all numbered in order. So
Yes.
now we're at 100 and something. So if you go video number 1, WG's video 1, you'll
You
get
were
the
right,
first
Bev.
one.
Look at you go.
Yeah,
I love
that's
you,
the best
girl.
way. We're trying to find a way to make it a little easier. It's really hard. YouTube is not good for figuring out how to
Keeping things in
keeping
chronological order.
It's very hard, and I'm going to. That's why I do the flashback Fridays and the transformation Thursdays, because we have a lot of back videos we made a long time ago that are still valid today. So
Yeah,
thanks for asking. Yeah, Bev says that's what she's done. Yeah, that's exactly what we've done. So thanks, Jana, for the question.
You want to do one more question if anybody has one more question?
There's no other hand up, so I could get on the screen though. I can see. I'll check Facebook. You want to check YouTube?
Sure. Actually, let me check Facebook and you
Yes.
check YouTube, since I can't get to the scroller over there.
Well, Fiona has her hand up. I can't see it. Thank you, Lynn. We were just saying earlier today it'd be so much easier if we had like co-hosts, but it costs too much. We were talking to Rosie about that earlier. Fiona, right here. Let's see. Okay, we have Fiona.
Yeah, Fiona's from like
The UK.
The UK.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
So I'm from Edmonton.
Oh, it's a
Edmonton.
different
Yeah,
Fiona.
I was thinking, yeah.
Oh, Fiona's famous for TikToks. I watch all your TikToks.
Yes, I'm the TikTok lady.
Yes, you are. I watch all her TikToks.
Crazy TikTok lady.
We love TikTok. He's on it all the time.
It's amazing. It's such a fun thing. I just love it. But I just kind of wanted to share some of the stuff that I've done to keep my activity up, because I've gone up and down with Weight Watchers over the past 2 years. And like one thing today that I did, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and she wanted to go to the park because parks here have opened up again, and Lord knows our kids need to get out, right? They really need to get out and exercise. So while she's on the playground, I walk around the perimeter, and I walk around and I walk around and I walk around. I just had a look at my Fitbit. I probably had around 1,000 steps before we went to the playground. I now have 8,000.
Wow.
8,100. So that's just simple. It's a flat surface. But I got out there, I did it, and I had like water with us that we shared and stuff like that. We just kind of, I don't know if you guys know Edmonton, but there's the white mud here. It's kind of like our freeway. I walked over that, get to this park, and I just walked around and we walked back home, did some gardening, stuff like that. It's just the simple things, and like what you were saying, Nick, about doing your laundry downstairs and bringing it up. That's exactly what I do. We're a family of 4, but there's, one of the girls does her own laundry because she's 23. One of our daughters does her own laundry. So I do 3 people's laundry, my husband's, mine, and my daughter's. And I just simply take our stuff up 2-3 things at a time, put them away. And I do that all the time. It's the simple things.
Yeah.
When you're on your couch, getting up and doing, if you can't do a squat, if you find it's too difficult to do a squat, if you just get up and get down, guess what? You're doing a squat.
That's a squat. Yeah.
It's a squat. It really is. And eventually, like, you may have to push yourself up at first, but eventually you'll be able to get up without using your arms. And not that using your arms is a bad thing. You are building your triceps if you're doing that. So
Exactly.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just walking up the stairs, parking a little bit further away from the grocery store.
That we do that a lot, and even at work. If you're going to work,
There's another little trick in the grocery store that I keep forgetting. Right now might be a little difficult, but when groceries might come back, leaving your cart at the end of an aisle and walk up and bring things to your cart instead of walking down the aisle. So that way it forces you, first of all, not to put things in your cart that you're not supposed to put in your cart, because you can only carry what you have in your 2 hands, right?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you have to. Like that's why we always tell people. Like a lot of people do not like the gym. Like, I'll be honest. It's not for everyone. It's not.
I asked Nick when Nick introduced me to Jim. I thought, is he cute? How old is he? Like, why are you introducing me to Jim? I thought you were my boyfriend. And then he's like, no, it's that building with machines in it. I was like,
yeah, it's,
oh.
and it's not for everyone.
I'm a mom. I cannot find time to go. Like, how can I? Because like, even if you say, oh, you just go for half an hour, it's not half an hour. I have to drive there. I have to drive back, or even if I walk there or bike there, well then what's the point for me? So for gym, I don't go. We have exercise equipment downstairs. I have weights. I have dumbbells. I have an elliptical. I have one of those little rebounders. It's just finding stuff. Go on YouTube, search walking videos.
Yes.
Do anything you can.
Yes, we are big proponents of the walking videos.
Completely.
Really easy exercises. Lucy Wyndham Reed. She is fantastic.
Yeah, we've heard of her. We've heard of her. She was one of the when the pandemics, like the isolation started. We did a whole video on activity, and that was one of them in there that we had found. So yeah, and that's the thing, guys. Like even for us, like we've changed ourselves. Like we were big gym people, and we actually don't think we're gonna be going back to the gym.
This is now our new gym.
We enjoy working out at home. We enjoy being able to get up and doing our exercise and then going back and showering and going to work. And then for us too, because we have one car now, it was always like, okay, who's working where and how do we
figure this out and schedule this now?
And so even for us, it was becoming something that, and that's the reason why we're having struggles with the gym for the last little while. But now that we discovered working out at home, we love it.
And it's doable.
In the paths around where we live, where we can go running, oh my God, I even got him wanting to run now.
And we also have a small gym in our condo that we can use an elliptical or a treadmill if we do feel like we need that to add that into our life again.
Yeah.
But another cool thing too is we never realized that doing a step class 5 days a week will make you lose your stomach like you would not believe.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so funny because even when we were not at the weight we are now, we still felt the transformation. It was insane how much we could see our bodies changing.
So that what John is referring to. So on during the week this week, we actually in our Facebook group posted a picture from before the 13 weeks ago. When we had visited the Stouffville location, we took a picture with Paula from Stouffville, the coach from Stouffville, and then I put beside it us wearing the same shirts now. And there's a dramatic change. We both lost a lot.
Someone even asked us on the Facebook page going, wow, like you guys look great in both pictures, but I can't believe how much you lost in your stomachs are so much flatter.
And
core work.
Yeah, Body Step has one track that's core work, where you're just basically, and it's not like we were good at it. When we first started, you should have seen us. We were like, trying to like get up. We were not good at it. But now I can get through the entire class.
Well, and I'm very different, so again, goes to show you, I can only do the top part or the bottom part, meaning I'm either doing my upper abs or my lower abs. Don't ask me to do both abs at the same time.
And I can do both now.
It don't work.
Which I never could before. And what that's done is, again, taught us, first of all, that now we also do the fit on. We started doing, because of that, we started doing fit on ab classes.
Okay. And then there was one fit on that we did, which we could not believe. It was a 13-minute class with no weights.
It was this.
And
you're doing this for a while.
And it hurts like son of a gun.
Do like rainbows for a while.
Rainbows for a while. And we were like, oh, it's only a 13-minute class. It should be fine. We walked out. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna go back to work now because it really hurts.
Yeah. It was especially for him because he's an interpreter, so he needs his arms.
And my arms are always moving.
But we never would have done this before, and now it's pushed us to do different exercises. So we're building muscles in places we never have, and we're seeing a difference. My stomach is like digging in, and I'm getting like the ab look.
Me too.
Like the ab look. I've never had that before.
I'm not used to this being hard.
Yeah.
Like this is really weird.
Yeah,
it's usually flabby.
Yeah.
Like and it's so funny how these things play with your brain still.
And again, we didn't do this by doing very strenuous exercise.
No.
We were just doing body step.
Consistency,
and
like Paula
we've been
said
doing it for
earlier.
13 weeks, and after 13 weeks of doing the same thing every day, it becomes a bit easier. And so when it becomes easier, you start doing it a little harder, and when that becomes a little easier, you get again and do a bit harder than that. And so
and it also means there are days where you step back a little bit and say, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna go as hard as I normally do, but at least I'm doing something.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the word of the week this week. We love doing these. We've completely found now the perfect combination. We love having the word of the week and then having be able to chat with you guys and give updates. And not just that, we love seeing your reactions.
We
so
do.
When we say something and you guys laugh, we're like, okay, yes, that was a good one. That was good. Yes, they like that one. We like making people laugh, okay? It's like da-da-da. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so hopefully we'll see you guys next week. We did want to do a few more updates, but
Yes.
if you guys want to, we're done with the topic of the week. We'll give you guys a few more updates for what's coming up this week. First things first, we got some mail this week.
We did.
So the first things first.
Okay, so a lot of you who do a body know Angel from Windsor. She's actually a girl I went to grade school with. And when she reached out at the beginning of the pandemic, she's like, what kind of activities, does anybody on Facebook know of any activity I can do? So I said, join a body. She's like, I can join? I said, yeah, it's free. And she's been doing it with Antonetta for weeks now, since the beginning practically. And her husband have been making all sorts of stuff. And she asked for our address the other day. And it actually says WW Gays, but it's all pictures of nature and different like types of things that look like letters. So it says WW Gays JLNN. It is so amazing. It was so thoughtful of her. And it was kind of funny because I'm in the middle of work last week. And right before I start interpreting, I look at my phone and she's like, send me your address. And I'm like, I can't now. My hands are in the air. Because I can't say, sorry, I got to send somebody an address as I'm like typing.
He is interpreting.
Not appropriate. So I'm like, Nick's in the washroom. And lo and behold, thank goodness I'm on mute. I'm like, Nick, grab my phone. Send somebody an address. And this is what we end up getting. So thanks, Anja. And thanks, Angie, for sending us this. It's awesome. It's so cute.
We got a card from Lynn from Hamilton. I think she's here tonight, so I think I saw her come in. So Lynn from Hamilton sent us a card. I'm not going to read the contents, but it's basically, it's a nice little letter that she sent us. So thank you so much, Lynn. And then
we have Carol Sherman. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. She sent us masks.
With popcorn.
But she said, since you guys love popcorn so much, and it's all little popcorn like movie popcorn containers, they're so cute.
So we actually used them already, and they're great.
Lindy had crocheted some for us, which we really appreciated.
We used for weeks.
We used them for weeks. The problem is it was getting a little warm and itchy
warm.
in them.
Wool was warm.
We're gonna use those this winter.
Yes, actually, because I
to
was
go
thinking,
running in the winter is
is
gonna be fantastic.
That
They're
would be
just like a
amazing.
little face muff.
Yeah.
That sounds hilarious.
I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe
sorry.
you just said that.
Well, they got the hand muffs, right?
Next week's video. So this week's video. So on Wednesday this week, our WB Hacks this week is...
Where are we? I lost myself on the page. Oh, it's our WW Hacks this week is...
Snacking.
I'm looking at the other one. It's snacking this week.
Yes, all about snacking. What we do, our bowls that we use, how we plan our snacks, how we do them, the snacks we use the most. We filmed it like 2 weeks ago.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. So that's coming out on Wednesday. On Saturday next week, we have a recipe coming out.
We do, and it's our chicken Caesar salad wraps.
Yes, so we had this today at lunch.
But they're like wrapless wraps.
Yeah, they're wrapless
but with a
wraps.
wrap. Ha ha!
Yeah, there's a
double entendre there, I guess. Not really, but
yeah,
kinda.
But no, not really.
Really.
So that's coming out next Saturday, so a new recipe. And then next Sunday's live show will be about... Oh, I didn't...
I was like, that's the wrong word.
The word is snacks.
Snacks.
The word next week is snacks. So the WW Hacks will be snacks, and the actual video, the actual topic next week will be snacks as well.
Exactly.
So we'll be combining them both together. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. And we're looking forward because it's our first recipe in a while. You guys have noticed a pattern. We're basically doing a monthly release of things now. We're releasing one recipe a month. We're doing our WW Hacks every Wednesday. We're trying to change up, doing some favorite things, some different videos of us. Like last week we did our cleaning our pantry. So we're doing different things every week now so to make it a little different all the time. Virtual workshops this week.
Yes, so on Monday we are going to be in Yorktown Heights, New York. On Tuesday,
in Wheaton, Illinois.
On Wednesday, we will be in London, South Ontario.
on Thursday in Regina, Saskatchewan.
And then, of course, nothing on Friday because they don't have any workshops on Friday.
Well, not when we can actually go.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, we'll be in Ajax, in Charlottetown, PEI, Peterborough, Ontario, Colorado Springs Academy, Colorado, and then Sherman Oaks, California.
And then next Sunday, we'll be in downtown Toronto. Only one location next Sunday, so we're taking it easy that day. Filming some more videos.
Woohoo!
Some reminders. So our Facebook group, if you want to join our Facebook group, it's called WB Gays, Friends, Fans, and Family. And that's where you get the earliest information. We go live often in that group, just randomly, and just talk to people, talk to you guys. So that, and we love the group. It's a safe haven.
It's our
Everybody
family.
shares. It's our family. It's where we get our inspiration ourselves. We were there I'm there every minute. I'm actually in the group all the time.
We're always
in there looking at everything.
We're creeping our own group. We're pretty creepy.
You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or TikTok. Just look for hashtag WWGays. You'll find us anywhere on those social media platforms. You can also find us on...
And you can find us on US Connect. Search at the WW Gays.
Yeah, you can find us on Canada Connect at Chirp7719 or at NikkiPoo999. Our website is wwgays.com. Or you can find our recipes.
And you can find our recipes there as well. And then our recipes are at wwgays.com/recipes. So that way you'll see all of them all in one spot.
If you want to send us some mail or a letter or of any kind, our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 91152, Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K 0B1.
And I'm going to say this. Please do not...
Oh, M2K 2Y6.
2Y6.
Sorry, M2K 2Y6. I gave our own postal code.
But I'm going to say this. We never expect anyone to send us anything.
No.
If you want to send us a letter, though, I love letters.
We love letters.
I love mail.
Yeah, he loves mail.
I love mail. Mail, I don't know why. I've been like this since I was a child. So going to the mailbox and having envelopes with my name on it just make me happy. And I know that sounds so stupid, but it is. I don't like the ones that say Visa, MasterCard, or bills.
No, right.
But when it's like a card or like, I love mail.
Yeah.
Heather does too. Thank God I'm not the only crazy person, but I love mail.
Guys, when we
lived
at the house, when we lived in the house in Brampton, I had no mail.
He wasn't allowed to have
I wasn't allowed to go get the mail at all.
Nope.
I never was allowed to go get it. And then he had to open it, and I had to just get whatever was there.
Even to the point where I felt I had to start asking him, can I open your mail if it's to your name only? Because I didn't want to open it at first.
And I said yes.
And so I got to open his mail.
Because I get to fold the laundry that I love to do and do laundry. He gets to have the mail. He can keep the mail. The
simple things, Lisa, yes. It's so funny that the simple things that make us happy.
Yeah.
But you know what? You need to find those and use them and let them make you happy.
Especially on your journey.
Yeah.
So you can also send us an email at www.gays@gmail.com. If you guys want us to visit your workshop location, remember to send us a message with your workshop group name, your coach name, the time and date of your workshop, and we're only visiting places that have requested us. We will return to places we've already been as well, so just send us those locations you want us to come back.
Someone was asking, Ma was asking to repeat our US Connect handle, which is at the WW Gays.
Yeah, THEWWGAYS for our US Connect handle. So I think that's it for today.
That is it. That is it.
Yes, so
we love you all.
So goodbye to YouTube and Facebook. We shall see.
Stick around.
Zoom, you guys can stick around.
Don't leave yet.
Yes.
Unless you have to.
Unless you have to. But everybody else, you guys have a great night. Have a great week. Remember that we believe in all of you. You guys can do this.
Yes.
We never believed that we could, and we did. So don't stop. Keep trying. Take the best and do the best you can every day. And if you can, please like the video on YouTube. It helps us out. I forgot to say that too. And
bye, everybody.